Yeah, I guess you wouldn't believe me if I told you this guy was one of the best characters in the show. And unfortunately, he got hurt. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I decided to make this video out of pure hatred and betrayal because this guy right here, he deserves better. So to give context, I'll be talking about an anime that I've watched recently, Baki. So this show mainly revolves around this kid fighting a bunch of guys with different martial art styles as a way to prepare himself to fight his dad one day. Because in this show, he's regarded as the strongest creature in the world. He also wants revenge for his mom, but that is a video for another day. So I've caught up with the series and so far it's fun for the most part, although it tends to get weird at certain points. But enough with the show, my video is about this guy. This is Muhammad Ali Jr. He's one of the main antagonists of the show that shows up in the first season, but he was more active in the second season. And yes, he is the actual Muhammad Ali's son. Don't ask me why he exists in the show. He's a skillful boxer and an implied womanizer, and he was set on fighting Baki through any means. So to give context as to where we are in the series, this is immediately after an event where a bunch of assassins were having death matches with the main cast, and unfortunately in the fallout, Baki was poisoned, so he's in critical condition. So we cut to him and his girlfriend Kozue going to the hospital for a diagnosis, and things aren't looking too good. Out of frustration, Kozue went outside to cry. She was sad, and this is where we get to see Ali for the first time. So he sees Kozue and cheers her up, and also planting seeds. Now we skip to Ali getting to aspire at the gym so we can see how serious this guy is, and he did not disappoint. This guy came out in jeans and 18-inch boxing gloves, so you know he's unbothered. And like, his fighting style is cold. You see him bopping around, weaving 2 punches, and then knock down the sparring partner with no effort. The guy got back up, tried to get Ali's legs, but immediately got countered and slapped. Now we're going to take a small detour as we cut to a journalist interviewing the actor Muhammad Ali. Let's call him Senior for now. He then recalled a time where he met Yujiro on a random night where he took out his guys for no reason. That tends to happen a lot with this guy. Senior had his guard up and was ready to scrap, but he lost. But surprisingly, Yujiro didn't brutalize him, and to me that's weird because they then became friends, and sometime later he met Ali as a kid. Senior mentions how he was working on a flawless fighting style using his speed and footwork. He wasn't able to perfect it, hinting that Ali one day could be the one to do it. Then Ali just attacked Yujiro unprovoked, so Yujiro responded kindly with a flick to the head. The kid was about to cry when Yujiro just told him to stop, as if he didn't leave a big ass bruise on his head. Now we're back at the present where Ali meets up with Yujiro, and we learn from Ali that he did perfected his dad's fighting style, and he calls it the art of Ali. Not gonna lie, that's a cool name. Ali baits Yujiro into a fight, so Yujiro just said say less and got ready for the fight. He even turned off one of Ali's gloves just to show his intent. So the fight starts off with Yujiro testing out Ali's reflexes with a kick that he dodges. Then Yujiro fell on the floor to bait him to come attack him. To give context, Senior had a fight with a wrestler where he was in the same predicament, and he had trouble with the move in the fight since he was a boxer. So like any other reasonable person, Ali gave a remark asking why does he need to fight somebody on the ground, and he just left, and Yujiro was pissed. Next thing we know, he started trashing the ring. So we skip to the right side tournament, which was a whole thing, but let's just see what Ali does. So he qualified for the tournament with relative ease, taking out this guy who tried the same tactic that Yujiro did earlier, but unfortunately for this guy, Ali went to the ground and slapped him up. And we also saw a moment with Kozue and Ali talking because she was sad again, and this is where he learns that she's in a relationship with Baki, and again he's planting seeds. So during the tournament he had this cool fight where he went against this giant, and like anyone knowing that they had a size disadvantage, he kicked him in the groin, weaved some punches, and then knocked him out in one blow. Also he had a second fight against this guy, Kaijo, and it was more vile as he immediately cut the guy's nose. The guy seemed so unbothered. I was talking for a while, but Ali just decided to give him a 2-piece for his trouble. Kaijo got up again, but then he collapsed with his ass up. So now a little time after the tournament, we see Baki going for a light jog when he meets Ali. Ali politely asked for a fight with Baki, but Baki just shut him down, not really showing any interest. So Ali decides to take matters into his own hands. Later on, he meets up with Kozue and lets her know his intention to fight Baki, and he also lets her know that he has an interest in her, kissing her on the cheek, and leaves to prepare for his eventual fight with Baki. She mentions what happened to Baki, but again, he didn't seem to care. So we see him meet up with Shibukawa, who is a top fighter in the show. They immediately went to fighting at first. Shibukawa threw Ali off and he was tossing him around, but Ali locked in and took him out with a single blow, ending the fight gently. The next day he fought Orochi, who used to be one of my favorite characters, but we get to my hatred of him later in the vid. This fight, however, was a bit interesting. As they were trading blows, Orochi mentioned that Ali was a bit hesitant to land a killing blow, and that he should commit more to his strike. So Ali followed through and slept him. So we switch back to Baki and Kozue on a nice little date, chilling, even sharing a kiss when Ali kinda just shows up. Kinda weird how he was moving, but let's just ignore that for now. He pretty much said he's planning on marrying Kozue when he wins the eventual fight, and he goes on with his life. And you see so far, Ali's been solid, not causing too many problems, getting good wins, improving after every fight, and looking wavy while doing it. Also, he can fight Baki. Everything's been great so far, but then he met Jack. You see, if you don't know, Jack is Baki's older brother and he's one of the most violent characters in the show. From his physique to his method of fighting, and also he's my favorite character in the show. So he meets Jack in a restaurant having a meal and asks for a fight. They went to this location where nobody could see. These guys had a crazy fight. At first, Ali had the upper hand, knocking down Jack to one knee, and if you know who Jack is, that is a feat in itself. Then the two continued to trade blows. Ali landed a punch so hard Jack had to spit out some teeth. Jack then went for a grab. Ali responded with 2 jabs, but that wasn't enough, and he got caught and thrown into a wall. Then Jack went for a ground and pound, smashing his face in. Stopped, looked at his face, and continued to beat his face in. Jack then stopped and got ready to leave, but Ali rose himself from the ashes, ready for round 2, but it was for nothing. Jack came in and whooped him again, landing a punch so hard his tongue got cut off. Yeah, so that was his first loss. None too crazy. It happened to most people to fighting Jack, but this was an indication of future misfortunes to come. Now we'll cut to a few days later where he meets up with Kozue, still recovering from his injuries from the fight with Jack. In the middle of the day, Shibakawa comes back and interrupts them. At first you think he'd go and thank Ali for the fight that they had, or even offer him advice in regards to future fights, but nah, he asks him for a fight when he's injured. Ali agrees to the fight when Shibakawa immediately targets his injured hand and breaks 2 of his fingers and throws him face first into a tree, and he got bullied for the next few minutes. So this was Ali's second loss, but he was injured so he can recover and bounce back. He meets Kozue the next day and they got the date interrupted by Orochi of all people. He got legit posted outside the shop and asked for a fight knowing that Ali was injured. Ali understandably brings this up and the guy just says this:
"You're not trying to say that I'm acting like a coward for challenging an injured man or something like that, are you? That's how it is. Right, kid?"
And Ali decides to fight him. Now the fight starts horribly. Ali punches Orochi with his hand and then he ends up hurting himself, breaking his hand. Orochi then broke the other hand. Ali, being the real fighter, wrapped up his hand ready to continue the fight, but Orochi just broke one of his legs and then left him crippled. His 3rd consecutive loss. Ali meets up with Kozue again for the 3rd time, barely on one leg. She makes a remark about him losing which made him feel away, so we cut to him at a hotel pondering about what she said when he got an invitation from a guest, that being his dad in old boxing gear. And knowing how Ali was, he still decided it was okay to challenge his injured son to a fight. And he did this literally because he wants a rematch, because he lost him a few years back when the guy is literally an old man with Parkinson's disease, and he has the nerve to call his son a coward when he's literally in no condition to fight. So again, Ali gets into a fight and Cena proceeds to beat the shit out of him. So later they made up, kinda. The main fight promoter of the show, Tokugawa, comes in and provides Ali with an invitation to fight Baki. So now the end game for Ali is here. During the prep for the fight, we cut to scenes with him and Kozue talking again, and there's this scene with multiple characters predicting the fight, saying that Ali would win, even Orochi and Shibakawa. Now we're at the day of the fight. Ali's warming up, he's feeling a bit nervous since he's fighting what he believes to be the strongest man in the world, but he locks in and he's ready to fight. Now we're at the arena with Ali, and Yujiro for some reason just decides to jump in the ring and decides to gas up his son, like we get it, Baki is his son. Speaking of which, he arrived to the ring and now the fight is ready to start. Now, you think with this amount of build up from his winning streak to his humble defeat to Jack, the back-to-back losses to Orochi and Shibakawa, which were not fair to all, and that nonsense that happened with Cena, you think the show would give us a proper fight to end the season, right? The match starts and Baki immediately knocks him down. Ali recovers and is getting back in the zone, but then Baki kicks him in the groin and curb stomps him. He checked his eye to see if he was knocked out, and then he puts Ali in a chokehold with the intent to kill him, only to be interrupted by Cena, making Baki the winner in seconds. The next time we see Ali, he's in the locker room with his dad, crying. Cena didn't even say a word and he just left looking disappointed. And to make things worse, Kozue walks in on him and the guy starts throwing a tantrum with his tears flying all over the place. Disgusting. And luckily Kozue is a kind soul, cause she hugs and cries with him, and that's the last we see of Ali. For me personally, this hurts because I felt like an idiot for watching and being invested in this guy, only for him to be humiliated consistently and then ruined at the end. Like, this is the same energy as if Cody Rhodes didn't beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. All of this work into making an engaging character for what? Like, I have a feeling the author doing this to Ali was his version of a sick joke. But yeah, this was my frustration with how this show handled this character that I liked. I know this type of video is drastically different from what I normally make, but I was inspired by the tailest video I made, and I also wanted to make this video and getting the others' thoughts on how they felt during this arc. If you agreed or had other thoughts on this section of the show, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and take care.